Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to this series of videos in which we are showing you how you can experiment with the VBA and SAP scripting and how you can execute the selected report, right, using VBA selected SAP report. We are talking about the T code, right? Like this is a list of vendor line items, right? Vendor line items report shows you all the line items uh, for the for the given period uh, um, for a given vendor, right? So very interesting report it is. So first of all, we will uh, open the SAP, right? So this way we get the SAP lockdown, right? We will close all these unnecessary. There are certain. Okay, that's right. Okay, so the SAP is logged on. We can close this video. So, okay, so we have SAP session ready. And now the selected report is the list of vendor line items. We have put a breakpoint so that we will require to do some coding as well. This report is actually, we have copied our previous report that was the customer balance in local currency, which we showed you in our previous video, right? So here we are now, we have made a copy of it and executed it. It runs very well. But the format of the report is a bit complex because it has a vendor detail first and then the line items. Vendor detail first and the line item. Then the next vendor details, its address, etc., and then its line items, right? So this is a different format as compared to the which for which we have taken the copy. That was the customer balances level. So no problem. We will do some fine tuning and we have put a breakpoint for this purpose. Okay, so we execute it. So it's starting with 2019, and it has come up to the breakpoint here. Okay, and this is the procedure. Here we are going to do some amendment, and let's see what has it brought. It has brought yeah, it has brought this one, this sheet for you, and this is your uh, download, right? And what we are supposed to do here is that we will uh, bring the first line of the vendor, repeat it to every line items, right? And we will remove all these extra lines. And since we have got the all the required details which may need sometime. So that is on the first row. The rest of the we can skip. Okay. Or if we are interested in the address and city and we can have a separator. So purpose here is for me is that I repeat the with every line item the vendor top header information, right? And not the details, right? Okay, just to simplify the things, right? Okay, so here is the point where we are going to execute the procedure, right? If we do not do any coding, let's see what happens when we do not do any coding. Hmm, okay, in here we have put up a hard breakpoint in here, and we just return it from it just to show you where the control was coming. It was coming from here. Okay, so this was the procedure, and now it will carry on with the uh, the rest of the procedure, and then we will do something in the end. Yeah, before concluding this report, before the title freeze probably. Yeah, then we can proceed to the new coding. Okay, if we just execute. Let's suppose we just execute without making any changes. What happens? Let's see it. Okay, then we will talk about what to do in the next slide. Okay, so all the years for which we wanted the report. mm, well, sometimes the connection breaks. No problem. We will end it. Okay, we will end it and we will run it again. So when you lose the connection to SAP, all you need to do is log in again. Okay. And yeah, so it is now trying to log in again. And if it fails to log in, you can go to the SAP logon and it will energize the, otherwise it will take you. It will automatically uh, putting the credentials and the login is successful for you. Okay. So that's it. We have been able to log on this, and now we can execute the program. Let's start with 2019, right? And we execute. So it will run and it will stop at a breakpoint. We will ignore that breakpoint and we will show you that what the enhancement we want to do, and then we will continue. Okay, so this is the breakpoint. We ignore this breakpoint and let's run it until it finishes. Okay, so it is now preparing all the reports for all the selected number of years, and each time it is going to the breakpoint which we have given. No problem, let it do it, and as soon as it comes to an end, we show you what is the what is the uh, shape of the report, and for which we need to do some enhancement. Yeah, the process is complete. Okay, so it is it has brought all the line items. If you can see, it has brought all the line items and the header detail, the vendor detail in multiple lines, and then the line items, and again the next vendor, and then it's followed by the line items, right, and then so on. So this how uh, it is doing its job. It's and then the next vendor. This time you have the two line items here. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that's right. And then you have, so these are all the line items mentioned in here. And you can see this is probably the item code for which you have the unit of years, and you have the document number, you have the date of the document, etc. These are the line items, right? So what we want to do is bring the make it simplified so that the vendor, we have a separate column for vendor, and then we do not need all these rows, right? Okay, so for this we need to have a separate procedure. Once this procedure is complete, then we will uh, do the needful. Okay, so for the first thing is here is that we will go to our T code for which we have been, yeah, trying to do this, and we remove this goes up from this loop so that we don't have to stop this procedure. Uh, we don't have to do this procedure at this level. You do it once the job is complete. Okay, so the job is complete at this point. If you see, this is the point when the job is complete, and here you can find out. You can write that if the T code is this, and before the title freezing, you can do it, or after. Okay, title freezing not necessary. Let's do it before exiting do. Exit do. So this is the exit do, and then it finishes. Okay. Hmm. So this is the point where we are going to do the go sub. Yes. So this will not hamper us again and again, and so that we have. So let's run it again and see the impact of this change that we have uh, removed the breakpoint, which was again and again stopping the procedure. So this time it should not be doing that. Okay, so let's run this report again. It should come and it should stop in the very end only. Yeah, so it's doing its job, and it will come to an end. And then the last thing to do is to have a separate column in which the vendor information will be repeated with every line item. Okay? So, so this is the point where we can insert a column for vendor and remove these extra rows which are making the report complicated. So this will simplify the procedure. So let's add a column while putting, first of all, select the range. We select the range B3, B4. B4 is fine, okay? Mhm. And this is dot select. So this will take our procedure, this will take our cursor, our cell pointer to the B4 position. And here we would love to insert a column. Hmm? So active cell dot entire column. dot insert, right? FE. So it has selected it, and now it is inserting the column. Right. That's right. Okay. Now we want a loop. Okay. We want a, uh, a loop until we have a blank in the A column, right? So what we will do, we will say do while okay, range A active cell dot row is not equal to space. As soon as it gets the space, it will leave the loop. Okay, right. And the next thing we will do is we have to figure out that where are the line items starting, right? So line items are starting as soon as there is a date. There is a date in the D column. It means this is the start of the line item. Okay, okay. And we would like to put this thing that is C4. Okay, Alt F11. So what we will uh, uh, initialize a vendor variable for vendor, and that uh, is equal to active cell dot offset 0, 1. That is, this is the position where we have the vendor in here. Okay, perfect. You see, if we get this, and so don't have to worry about it. All you need to do is just save it. Okay, so this is the vendor, and we are initializing it. And here we are going to put a vendor in here. Okay, so let's put a stop in here so that we have we know that until here our procedure is working. Okay, so it's gone. So sometime due to some problems in the bandwidth, you have to reload the system. Okay. Okay, so this is our so this is a let's go to the procedure that is called that is executed. Macro name is executed. We go to edit it. Okay, so this was the procedure we were working, and here is the thing which we have been doing. Yeah. Uh, yeah, common procedure. This is common procedure 2, auto format, etc. And we have common procedure 2. This is common procedure 3, and this is where we want a stop to put a stop in here. Okay, we save it. So we do it again and making sure that SAP is running. That's running. So, okay, so it is 2019, starting from 2019, and now we execute. So it's doing all the necessary things for us. As soon as it comes to an end, then we will start doing our fine tuning so that we have a separate column for vendor. Okay, so it is doing its job. Or 2019 is done. Now it is proceeding to 2020. Okay, 2020 is done. And this is 2021 in process, right? So, so it has reached to here. Okay. Okay. Alt F11. So it has inserted the column, right? Yeah, it has inserted the column and so what we have done here is that it has inserted the column and in which we want the uh, vendor information, but in front of the line items, whenever the line item. So a do while loop is going to be executed like this. It's F8. First of all, it will do until it is the A column A is not blank. Okay, so the second is now it is checking if it is vendor, then the vendor variable is going to be initialized. So this is the vendor variable. So this is a vendor variable, right? Okay. So we can do one thing, that we remove the word vendor from it. So we can do that, replace vendor, right? So replace this string and find what? Find vendor. Yeah. As soon as it is find, then it is going to be replaced with a null, right? And that's it. And then we close the bracket. So what would happen, that the vendor will be looking like this when vendor is looking like this. That's fine. Okay. And further we can do, if you want, trim to remove any leading or trailing uh, spaces, unwanted spaces are trimmed, right? So you can use multiple functions within a command, right? So this time the vendor will be looking like this. That's all. That's okay. Okay, so vendor code is ready for you, and this is going to be put where as soon as we have a date in this uh, case. So it will put the date. This is a date, right? So to be readable. So we do this. Okay. So so it is going to put a date and put a vendor as soon as it finds a date. Okay. So each time it is moving to the next row, it is checking if there is a date, there is not a date. Okay, so it is keeping on. Yes, as soon as it reaches to a entry that is a date, so it is going to get you the stock. This is the place where it would require a vendor. Hmm? It would put the vendor variable value into here. Okay, value. So vendor is going to be put in the active cell is equal to vendor. Right? Okay, and it will do so each time. Okay, it is and as soon as it puts a vendor. Uh, let it put the vendor here. Okay, so it is putting it. So vendor is placed in the line item, in front of the line item, right? So now it should proceed to the next line until. Yes, so here we can say that as soon as um, the instead of saying that this is a day, we can say that do while this date is equal to this value is a date. So we will move it further to C and if also and loop. That is loop. Okay. So now it is moving to the next row. Sorry. Do while this, and this and if is now not required. Okay, that's right. Okay, so it is now proceeding to the next row. Yeah, and it will put the vendor again as soon as it finds a line item, right? The next is not the date, so that's why it is proceed to the new vendor, right? So this time a new vendor will be initialized, and it will carry on to check if it's a line item. As soon as it's a line item, means there is a date, so it will keep on putting the vendor. That's right. It is putting the vendor like this. Okay. So all these will be put in the vendor information is coming in the right column. Okay. Right. And as soon as there is a new vendor, so what happens? Let's see. The line items are continuing. For okay, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. So we put a breakpoint in here, and to see that yeah. So this is the position where there is a new vendor. This time you have a new vendor. Okay. So it will proceed and it will initialize a new vendor. This is a new vendor. And now it is checking if there is some line item. This is the line item. Yeah. And it will put it, then line. This is the new vendor. And this is doing it as soon as it reaches to the line item, it will put the vendor information, right? So this is a wonderful way of doing the automation, and you can do plenty of things like this. And by this mean, let me complete it everything, and then we remove the extra lines, right? So as soon as this completes, right? Let's run it. So it will complete everything, and the vendor information, the vendor column is populated, right? So this is the place where you can remove all the unwanted rows, right? Where you have these are the rows, right? You would not like to have these rows anymore because you have got the vendor information in here, okay? You would not like to have no need of these rows, okay? Because you have got the vendor information with the line items, right? So we can continue removing, removing right from the start. It should go straight away to the to the B4 and start removing the unwanted rows. So let's do this job in here. So it will select the B4. B4 is selected, and from here we will say if it is a vendor information. Yeah. So we say we use a do while loop in here, and also checking off the vendor so that we can delete the unwanted rows. Control V, right? Okay. If this is vendor, then continue deleting, right? So we do the end if, and we say stop for the moment in here, and the do while is terminated with a loop, and each time it has encountered vendor. If it is not encountering the vendor, then it should move to the next line, right? Moving to the next line is like this. Control C, Control V. So this is our routine, and it will stop where we want to start doing the deletion. So this is the point where we should start the deletion until the active cell is not equal to blank. Okay? So we will say delete. So do while active cell is not equal to space loop. And here we will say active cell dot entire row delete. So this way it is deleting information, the unwanted rows, right? So Let's check it again. It will start from the before, and it will start doing this, checking if it is vendor. It means it's a point from where the deletion should start until you have the blank. Okay, and do while, right? It is deleted, and we will again also check that if active cell dot offset, that is -1, 0, -1. That is, we are checking if column A is blank. If it is blank, then the do while should be terminated. Is equal to blank, then exit do. Otherwise, it can continue doing it. Okay, so it is checking if the current blank line is blank. Okay, do while it is not blank. Okay, okay, it is equal to blank. Do while it is equal to blank. Okay. Okay, so it will delete the entire row, and it will continue doing so until two of the condition. Either it has a vendor code encountered in the current row, yeah, or in the column A there is a blank, right? So it has done away with all the unwanted rows for the first bunch, and now it will uh, carry on its job until, yeah. Now it should carry on its job and do while the column A is not equal to blank. Okay, so if it is C, right? So we press F8 in here, okay? And it is now proceeding to the next row. That's right. And now it is proceeding to the next row. Yeah. And this time it will sense that it is a vendor. When it is a vendor, so it will delete all the unwanted rows, and it will terminate as soon as, yeah. So it has deleted all this row. Okay, we remove this stop for, as we no longer need this stop anymore. And now it will carry on to the next place where it wants to, where the deletion of the rows are required, right? Okay, so yeah, so it has done. It is doing the deletion wherever it is seeing that these are the extra rows of, and it will then take you back. That's it. Okay, so we put a apostrophe for this return, and this will return us back. And let's have a look so far at what it has done. So it has brought all the vendor information into here. Okay, some informations, some of the information in which there are the blanks. These are some other conditions which have to be found out. Okay, we will do it in our next video. Thank you very much for watching.